want you all to think about the last time you were at the beach. Hear the sounds of the waves hitting the shore, the salty smell of the air, and the feeling of the sand beneath your feet. Now I want you to take a deep breath in and exhale slowly. How do you feel? Whenever I'm at the beach, or even just thinking about the ocean, I instantly feel calm, relaxed, happy. And I am very lucky because I've been living here in Zambales for the past 5 years, just 100 meters from the beach. It's a great privilege that I treat as a gift every single day. I grew up in Manila. Traffic, crowds, pollution. Just thinking about it makes me tense. The complete opposite of how I feel when I'm by the ocean. So in 2020, during the pandemic, I was very fortunate to have been able to come to Kapangan, Zambales, and enjoy the beautiful nature of the beautiful Zambales mountain ranges, the beautiful Zambales beaches while I was here. And unfortunately, the most devastating thing happened to me in 2020. I was 24 at the time when my dad passed away unexpectedly. When you're in your 20s, you don't expect to lose a parent that young in your life. So, lost, confused, I didn't know what to do. I turned to the ocean, and in the ocean, I found healing, comfort. I learned how to surf. I started to surf every single day. The waves, the calmness of the sea, riding the waves were so healing for me. But every time we'd be out surfing, there was something that kept bothering me. Unfortunately, right before we'd surf, we'd always see so much trash on the beach. Just endless trash. So my boyfriend and I, we started this routine. We would pick up as much trash as we could right before heading out to surf. So that was our routine. That was our way of helping. Unfortunately, coming back the next day, more trash. I don't know if anyone else here experiences that as well, but there's just like an endless problem. So we were faced with this question: do we just ignore it? Because no matter what we do, it's just gonna keep piling up. Or is there something else we can do about it? Can we do things differently? Before I could figure it out, the ocean led me to the people who will help me. This photo behind me are some of the girls in the community who have changed my life. I'm sharing this photo not because it's beautiful, but because of the community that they years represent. These are local children of Kabangan, Zambales, born and raised, who I've known since 2021. They forced me to change how I saw change. They forced me to unlearn how I saw change about who gets to lead it, about who gets involved, and about how it's supposed to look like. I used to think that environmental action had to be serious, heavy, led by grown ups, but these kids showed me something different. We've been in Cabangan Zambales for 5 years, turning 6 years this year. And before we go out to surf, as you know, we would pick up trash. So some local kids in the community would approach us, very curious about what we were doing. But they were more curious about our surfboards. They wanted to learn how to surf too. Of course, we looked like we were enjoying so much. And we were very happy to share with them the joy of surfing. It's a honor, right? And one thing we asked from them. is to help us as well cleaning the beach. For one thing, right? This problem was there's so much trash. So with more kids helping us out, then we'd be able to get more trash. And it worked like for 5 years. Our kids have been showing up for beach cleanups week after week. Consistency is hard, even for us adults. But every week, these kids show up for a cleanup. And it started with just a handful of kids coming up, showing up every day. But to this day, on average, we have like sometimes 10, 15, but on average, 30 to 40 kids show up to clean the beach every single week for the past 5 years. Our last cleanup, this photo on your right, that was just last Sunday. So last Sunday, 56 kids showed up to clean the beach. And seeing this growth, can you imagine, right? Being a kid and coming every single week for a beach cleanup. We can do it maybe once a year, once a month. If it's a school requirement, we'll show up. But our community, they consistently turn up for our beach cleanups. So seeing this growth made me think about maybe the way we see environmental action, maybe it needs rethinking. Because we didn't start by telling the kids to care about the ocean. We started by inviting them to help us clean the beach, and in exchange, they'll get to play, they'll get to surf. So they would come up to our place excited to play, and very eager to help us in our cause, right? And these are children of fisherfolk families who not once in their life before have ever surfed. Surfing is a luxury sport. It's very expensive. Not everyone has access to surfboards. So we were at this we had the opportunity to share what we had, and we were very blessed to be able to do this. And these kids, the moment they were on the surfboards, wow, they really impressed me because these kids, they live by the ocean their whole life. Anak ng mga isda, every day, naliligo sila sa dagat. So the moment na nasa surfboard na sila, grabe, ang saya nila. And it's amazing what these kids can do. And through the process, then we teach them. We'd explain why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we collecting the trash? Right? So we were so happy that we had this opportunity to share our advocacy with them. More and more kids wanted to join. So eventually we shifted to playing football or beach soccer. So it was easy to teach kids how to play, especially on the sand. Diba? So for surfing, you need we could there's very minimal number of kids that we can accommodate. But of course, because our program was so exciting for everyone wanted to join. So we shifted to football. I grew up playing football. My dad was a coach, and I felt like coaching the kids, teaching the kids the basic was my way of honoring my dad and keeping his memory alive. So I taught the kids beach soccer, and immediately they surprised me again. They were running around the sand. They were picked it up so quickly. They're tough. They're strong. They're fast. Grabe, these kids, Zambales kids, wow. Growing up by the beach really teaches you things, right? So football was our way to keep the kids busy, but no matter how much they played, they still showed up to our beach cleanups. It was not just about playing and playing and playing for them. They still showed up and did the work. And eventually, from playing casually on the sand, our biggest milestone yet last year, 8 of our girls from the community represented the province of Zambales in Batang Pinoy National Games. Kids from fisherfolk families rode an airplane to General Santos, Mindanao, where the contest was held. This was October last year. So from learning to play on the sand, suddenly they're representing their entire province. So this really empowered them. And throughout their entire journey of preparing for the competition, they still remain true to our advocacy of being ocean defenders. So they got to this competition and they really got to play against teams from Visayas, Mindanao. They got to the top of their group and made it all the way to the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, pagdating ng quarterfinals, laglag sila. So, wala, came home, but still very proud of what they've achieved. I just want to share a story about the youngest player on the team. So this was a youth 15 and under competition, and the youngest player was 12 years old, Angela. Super cute, but super talented little girl. Grabe, sobrang tough. I would play beach soccer with her, and she just run around circles with me. She'll go up to someone three times her size, fearlessly, trying to take the ball. She's just a naturally gifted athlete. I'm so proud of this girl. She's the daughter of six fisherfolk family sila, and yet she has so much heart, so much drive. She just loves the game so much. But what makes us more proud of when it comes to Angela is not just her athletic capabilities. It's the kind of person that she's grown into. So Angela was the youngest athlete, but we've known her since she was 8 years old in 2021. Little baby Angela, she's so cute, and she never stopped showing up to our beach cleanups. She was always so curious. Like, Ate Gab, bakit tayo nag-segregate? So these are the things that we teach. It's not just about picking up trash. So we were so happy to have Angela with us up until today. So this we're so happy to share as well. During the season last year, uh, Angela and her sister, this was the week na walang pasok. So, classes canceled. Angela and her sister came to our place. Medyo umuulan pa nun eh. Nanghingi sila ng sako. They're asking for sacks. I was, why? Because apparently, the shore was filled with so much trash that most likely came from the ocean. And what this 12 and 14-year-old did, instead of, enjoy a day off from school, they went out to the beach to pick up trash. Who would do this? What kid would they could use their uh, class suspension and pick up trash? So Raven, no, she's not just a talented athlete, but she's also someone who cares. Angela shows us that kids don't have to choose between having fun, competing in sports, and caring for the community and our planet. She does all of this, and with this, she quietly leads. And beyond Angela, from our community, sobrang daming natural talent talaga. Grabe, the kids are so talented. This photo is a team photo from the recently concluded provincial meet within Zambales. So they competed in futsal, and grabe, they were so good. I'm so impressed with these girls because these are the same girls who learned to play football on the beach, on the sand, barefoot. Now they're wearing shoes. Now they're representing their province. And what changed isn't who they are, but how far they were allowed to go. Right? They were given the opportunity. And really, what makes us so proud is that throughout all the training sessions, again, they never fail to show up for our mission to defend the ocean from marine pollution. These girls are also still ocean defenders. So they represent not just the province, but they represent our entire movement. They are Team Ocean. They are athletes playing for a bigger purpose. They did not become champions instead of ocean defenders. They became champions because they are ocean defenders. Maybe what we've been doing all along is the idea that you have to choose between competing and caring, joy and responsibility, play and purpose. Our community, these girls, these athletes, they carry it all naturally. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. I used to think that this quote was about urgency, pressure, but these kids showed me something different. Undoing doesn't mean doing more. Sometimes it means letting go of the belief that change has to be heavy. In our community, we started with joy, with movement, with play. And because of this, we've mobilized so many kids in our community to show up for the ocean while not forgetting that they can play, that they can still enjoy being a kid. Maybe the work ahead of us isn't to save the next generation. Maybe it's just to make space for them to lead joyfully. Thank you.